today we will see the data sources as we discussed.
Okay.
So yesterday we have installed the data flow for FI, and we will see whether the data flow has to be in finance folder
Mhm.
in info area. We'll check that one. Financial management and controlling. In that, in financial accounting, asset accounting is the submodule. Here we have annual values. We installed this 0FIAAC01Q. So let's see the data flow for this. You can see the complete data flow.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the complete data flow with the 001, 003 and 004 data sources. This is a graphical representation of the data flow.
Okay.
Now we will go to ECC and we'll check the data and then we'll load the data to the BA.
Okay.
To check the data, you have to go to the extractor checker RSA3.
Okay.
This is the data for the fiscal year 2000 according to fiscal year data.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of loading everything, we will keep the filter for the fiscal year 2009 or 2006 and we will load the data. Generally, when there is a lot of data, you have to do that way by keeping the filter. You have to load it partly. So here, as we are just testing, I mean, we are just doing for the practice purpose. So we will keep it 2006 as the filter, and we will load the data. So first of all, go to data sources and replicate the data source. So here you have to go here to choose the source system.
Mm-hmm.
And when once you choose the source system, according to the source system, you will get the data sources.
Okay.
Our module is FIAA. Here we can see there is a 001, 003, 004 activated and others are not activated. So these three we can see are activated. We activated that yesterday. So first of all, replicate them. You have to right click on that data source to replicate.
What is replicate means, right?
As I said, the metadata is the data about the data. So it will be in the ECC system, and we are installing that plugin into the BA system. When
Mm-hmm.
we install the data source from the BA, ECC system to BA system,
Mm-hmm.
we have to, after the installation, we have to replicate the metadata. It means whatever there is the information, whatever the information, recent information is there in ECC system will be replicated to the BI system about the data source.
Okay.
So you have to right click on the data source and replicate it. Replication is there. So you have a migration. So you can migrate data flow. You can either when you click on migrate, you can either migrate with export, without export.
Mm-hmm.
Migration is to migrate it to the 7.0 data flow. So the data source is in 3.5. When the data source is in 3.5, you will see a check mark here, the small check mark. This is the identification that the data sources are in 3.5 version.
Okay.
For the 7.0 version data sources, you won't see any check mark. You can see this here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There is no check mark here. So we can migrate if we want to migrate the data sources, or we can use the same data source, the 3.5 data source, and load the data. If we need additional functionalities of 7.0, then we have to migrate. Right click and replicate the data source. There is migration with export and without export. In migration, when we migrate the data source from 3.5 to 7.0,
Mm-hmm.
there are two types of migration. So one is with export, without export. When you say with export, it means that you can anytime revert it back to the 3.5 data source again.
Mm-hmm.
If you check the without export, it means that you don't have any plan to change the data source, revert the data source to the 3.5 data source. So you will only use the data source in 7.0 in future. So you can't revert it back to the 3.5 data source. So here after replicating the data sources, you have to go to the, here we can see that there is a, here as we discussed, we will keep the fiscal year. I'll keep 2008, and you can see the processing here. The processing is the options, normal options. Data target, there is only data target updating, and it is only full update because the data source is only for the full update. It is not for the delta data source. So we will start. Data was requested. Let's see. There are 7,700 data records, and it is still going on. So this is just a sample data, and it is only for the 1 year. And generally, if you see in real time, you will have millions of data.
Oh.
When SAP, when the SAP is installed, it will come installed with the default data sources and some sample data and all. So this is just a sample data here, which will be which will be given by SAP itself. So you can see there are few packages. iDocs use it for the uh, 3-4 iDocs use it to extract the data sources data from the ECC. So let's it is installed here. What is the processing with now the same 2008 for all the data sources, because we got to consolidate the data in the cube 0F5C0. Data from 3 data sources are going to the cube and it will be consolidated and summarized there. HANA DB, I don't think there is a HANA here. And what's happening here? You see the database system is MS SQL.
Yeah. HANA is it is also a database system.
Yeah, it is a database. It is a SAP database.
Okay.
Before HANA, SAP was using Oracle database, and now SAP has implemented its own database. It is an appliance. I mean, it is both hardware and software, combination of hardware and software. So very fast in-memory computing. Know what to do. It's not working.
Okay.
That one is giving error, is it? 004 is giving error. This is okay.
Okay.
But to see if it is successful, then we can directly complete the work. So it has to be successful. Mm. So there is the metadata repository of the statuses. We haven't seen metadata, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here it is okay now. Before it was not okay. You can see now this is the metadata. We will see the delivery. In the delivery we will see queue. You can see there are very few cubes activated here.
Mm-hmm.
So we got, I mean, when we do the project, we activate these cubes. So here we are doing a project in F5 and EA, F5 EA, we have activated the cube here. And we will do the inventory as well. Control F.
Mm-hmm.
It is not working. Generally, it will show the directly cube. You don't have to search any cubes.
Okay.
You can just give the control F and write your cube name
Mm-hmm.
and search next, and it will show the results there. It is not working.
Okay.
Generally, it will show the objects here as well. Because here there are a lot of things they need to maintain, like SAP nodes and installing all those nodes and implementing them error-wise, but they don't maintain that much. In real time only it will be maintained very well because there are a lot of people, a lot of basis consultant. There will be a team for the basis, there will be a team for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like BI team will be some 5 7 people, and basis team will be some 4 5 people. Like that, they will maintain all of them. Here, this is our cube. When you click on that, you can see all the information. Generally, there will be a network display of here, network display of the cube, and that will be very helpful for analyzing. It has given here the data flows, but network display is not given here. Maybe they need to, install some patch or something for that. I don't know. Like that, you will get all the information about the cube here. We'll go back to modeling. So we have to move this data source. The error, I cannot understand that.
Okay. Let's check it in.
This is not answered yet.
Okay.
Looks like a new error.
Okay. Okay.
Generally, if you see SCN is the community for the SAP community, scn.sap.com. Here you will get all the answers. You can, if you create an account here,
Mm-hmm.
you can, ask questions, and all the experts will answer, and they will get badges like this.
Okay.
Here is it is aluminum badge, more than 500 points or something.
Mm-hmm.
So like that, you will have. There are a lot of people who will answer here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not yet resolved.
Okay.
Seven point three is HANA compatible.
Mm-hmm.
You can run HANA. You can run without HANA in 7.3.
Okay.
So I don't know where this HANA is coming from. We don't have HANA
Okay.
because that is a very big implementation, and
Mm-hmm.
you have a lot of hardware should be different. For the HANA, minimum hardware should be RAM should be 8 TB.
Oh.
So there is different installation, and I don't know how these guys mixed it up. So let's see it in just continue with this.
Okay.
Because in-memory computing means it will do in RAM itself. Computing will be done in RAM itself.
Mm-hmm.
Data will be held in RAM.
Okay.
So that is why it is important, necessary to have bigger hardware. So you can see this is the data we have at this moment, and some fields must be missing in this because we haven't loaded the third data source. So generally, when you get the data from three data sources, the data will be consolidated and it will be shown here.
Yeah.
So that is the basically, you will have the data flow pre-configured by the SAP. When you create custom data sources, it is very hard to create like this, the way SAP creates, because it will be, we will have a mismatch in data. So, for example, you have this line for asset 3005. Everything should be consolidated from different data sources. It is hard. So that is the data flow we have, and we have three data sources for this cube. We have loaded the data flow like this. And now we will discuss the inventory.
Okay.
Inventory management in every business is very important topic, and it is very important operation to do, because in inventory management we will have merchandising. It means when you bring inbound merchandising, outbound merchandising, and all these production and stock will be related to the inventory management. Based on this, managers will take decisions. Inventory management will help managers take decisions, timely decisions, and it will help distributors to all the shop floor people to know what is there in the stock, and in case of you don't implement inventory management, a business don't implement inventory management, there will be a scope of losing up to 15 to 20% of profits.
Oh, okay.
So because they cannot take timely decisions, sometimes they will not be able to deliver the stock on time itself. The most expensive thing a business can have is empty shelf. For example, if there is some medical shop or some other some any manufacturing shop, if they have empty shelves, that means they won't be able to serve to the customers. So in that case, they will lose the customers, and even the loyal customers will be lost, because they cannot deliver on timely basis. For example, for the medicines and etc., if they are not able to analyze which medicines are there or which medicines are going fast, and it depends on the disease and all. So if there is no inventory, then there is you need to manufacture. Till you manufacture, there won't be the demand for the medicine, etc., because there will be a flu in some certain time, and they have to deliver in that time itself. So, and in case there is a large number of inventory, and you manufactured according to the other, without the knowledge of demand and all, and then it will be expired. So all those cases, to reduce all those cases, and to do the timely management, it is very important to implement inventory management in, and it is very a big aspect in business, in any business. So we'll see what are the things that affect in inventory management systems. So inbound merchandising, outbound merchandising.
Okay.
Physical inventory, returns, which is reverse inventory.
Okay.
So these are the aspects. These are related to the inventory. So when we bring the inventory into the, when we bring stock like transportation and all, so that is called inbound merchandising. So stock is receiving for the store, and after all the production planning, material management, sales and distribution, these are the integral parts of inventory management. It means these are related to the inventory management. So these are separate modules but interrelated with inventory management. So inbound merchandising is bringing of stocks, and outbound merchandising, it means you can stock will transfer to some other place, like that deals with the transfers. Physical inventory, if there is it will inquire whether there is the inventory available, and if not, there should be production planning, etc. So store manager will inquire whether there is the inventory. So he will be the admin. So for example, there are 100 stores, and there will be a lot of managers from different locations. So they will order the inventory according to the, availability, and according to their preferences and priorities, they will give the orders and etc. So uh, they will see whether there is enough inventory. If there is no inventory, they will not take orders, and they will order some production. So if that production will happen in plants and it will be delivered, etc. So in the point of sales, you will have inquiries and you will have sales. So there will be inquiry, there will be sales, and return inventories will be there. So returns will be inventory addition. So everything should be aware. Managers should be aware of all this, and they should be aware of what's happening. For example, nowadays, any if you are wearing one jeans of Levi's or something, it will be manufactured across 4 or 5 continents, and that is today's manufacturing companies. So for this to happen, there has to be some reliant system, and there should be some centralized system like for each and every module and all. So for inventory also, inventory is a very main aspect of manufacturing. So in inventory, you will have all these uh, points related and all these modules related from material management to the production planning and the sales and distribution. So these are all interrelated with each other. And in inventory, as it is an important aspect of a business, the everyone from store managers to the managers at the point of sales at shop floor, and everyone should be aware what's happening. Like either there is a merchandising which is inbound, which is receiving. If they are receiving something, then they will maintain their customers in a planned manner. For example, if there are inquiries, they will say that we are going to have that product by tomorrow or by this evening. So because they know that they are receiving, and if there is no stock in the inventory, they will not take those orders.
Okay.
So like that, to take in order to take such timely decisions, informed decisions, inventory management is very important. So logistics in general in SAP has a special mechanism because of importance of the business, and the business needs a different approach to the logistics. So for that purpose, logistics has a different approach and different data flow. So it is enhanced to give a better performance, and for that purpose, we have LBWE in ECC, which is a transaction to maintain logistic data sources. You can see this LO data extraction customization cockpit is LBWE, and here you will see purchasing, inventory controlling, shop floor control, quality management, shipment, sales and distribution, billing, delivery, plant maintenance, retailing, everything, every important aspect which is related to inventory and which is related to sales will be found here. So there is LO extraction, and these extractors are separate, and these extractors have a different mechanism. So you can see we have done FI extraction, which is a business content, and this is also a business content, but you won't find FI in separate transactions, but you will find the LO data sources in separate transactions. Here in business content, you will have all these modules, different modules, LO and PP, SD, all of this. So FI is a simple FI and CO are the simple normal extraction. You will extract directly. It means when you extract the data will be the data will be found in RSA 7, which is a delta queue, which is a BW delta queue. You will find the data packages here. It will be queued up here, and from here the data will be loaded to the BW directly. But for the LO extraction, for the initialization purposes, the mechanism is different. The data will, when the document is posted, the data will be posted to the setup tables first. In setup tables, it will be like LBWE transaction. So when you post the document will be posted to the setup table. You will find the data in the LBWE transactions, and from there it will come to the RSA 7 and delta queue, and from here the extraction will happen. There is treasury and all these different modules are there, and yellow data sources, as we have seen, there are different modules related to yellow, which are purchasing and shop floor, quality management, and shipment, billing, sales. Sales is important, and just like that, billing is also important.
Okay.
Plant maintenance. So these are the different modules we are dealing with, and you can see so here in purchasing there are different data sources like 2LS, O2, CGR, HDR, item, schedule line, SEN, SGR, ACC, etc. So now we are going to discuss the inventory in this. So we will discuss the 2LS, O3BF and BX and UM. Yesterday there was BX as well. I don't know today what happened.
Oh,
Yesterday I saw the BX. I saw
oh,
three of them.
okay.
When I was discussing, right, I was discussing about what to do. Which one we are going to
Mm-hmm.
install. Yesterday I have seen that BX is also there, so I thought we will install these three this time. Last time I was not able to install those
Okay.
because there is a cube 0SEC03 for the inventory,
Mm-hmm.
and for that cube all these three data sources will data will come from these three data sources: 2LS, 03PX, BF, and UM. So which one should install? We can install purchasing, or we can install one of the one cube from LO extraction, because LO extraction is a separate mechanism. That is what one data flow I want to show it from LO.
Okay.
So well, let's see. So the document flow is shown here. You can see the document when the document sales order document is posted, it will be posted to some transaction codes like VA0102, like that, by the functional consultants. When the document is posted, the document will be uh, getting into the communication structure, which will be represented by MC VBAK, MC VBAP, like this. And from this, there will be document will be coming to the extract structure, which will be MC11 VAHDR, etc. So from there, the document will come to the data source, pass on to the data source. So there is the inventory, there is the separate mechanism we have for the LO. You can see here. You have to first inactive the data source, and then you have to maintain the data source.
Mhm.
Here there is a maintenance given. Here there are some fields, and there are some fields available in on the left hand side as well. So for the maintenance, you can transfer the fields which you want,
Mhm.
and then you can again activate the data source. So like you can see that this is the field name and this is the name of the communication structure: MCEKKN, MCEKKO, MCEK, EK, EKET,
Mhm.
EKKO, EKPO, EKET. Like this, these are the purchasing tables, and these are the communication structures which are getting the fields from those purchasing tables. So they are named as MCEKKO and MCEKPO, MCEKET, like that. So so that we can know that the field NGORT is taken from the EKKO, EKPO table, and this is the MCEKPO means the communication structure where the tables are taken, fields are taken, and from this communication structure, it will go to the extract structure, which is the MC11 EKKO. So from that extract structure, it will go to the data source. When you see the data source, you will see extract structure here, MC02M, etc. And you can do the maintenance here: selection, height field, and field only. This
Mhm.
I will explain. Like if you check the selection here, it means that you will get the selection in the RS3 extract checker. It is used as a selection in that. For example, we just have done the selection of 2008 data in
Mhm.
info package,
Yes.
because we did that selection because it was selected like this here,
Mhm.
not here. I mean, in the data source, it was selected in the selection. If it was not selected, we won't get that in selections.
Mhm.
So if you select it here, it means it will be appeared in selection. If you don't
Mhm.
select, it won't appear.
Mhm.
If you hide the field, it will be hidden from the data source itself, hidden in the extraction structure. So if you select it as a field only, it will be used only as a field. It
Mhm.
won't be used as a selection at all. So these are the have to do the maintenance and you have to activate in back. However, we will do the this to BF and UM. Last time also I didn't do it because there was no BX. So we'll do the maintenance. First of all, you have to go to the RSA5 transaction, and here in RSA5 transaction you have to activate the data sources first. When you do the business content, this is the first step. I will do the steps here. And for FI, etc., for normal business content, you don't have to go to the LBWE and maintain extract structures, but you can directly go to the BW after activation of the data sources. You can check it in RSS6 and go to the BW to the business content transaction, and you can activate the data flow. So that is for the, you can activate the data flow and you can replicate the data sources. So that is for the FI. Now we are doing for the logistics, so you have to go to LBWE. And then you will install your business content. After installation, you have to load the data. So for loading the data in for LO extraction, there is some mechanism for loading, because there are non-cumulative key figures. Non-cumulative key figures means non-summarizable key figures. So these non-summarizable key figures are used to note the stock, because for the stock you can't calculate the stock at the point of time. For example, there is a stock of 200 and another point of time, and in for today, for example, I have stock of 500 pieces, and after a few days there is a stock noted with the 200 pieces. And if it is a key figure, cumulative key figure, it means summarizable key figure, the result will be 700 total, but generally it has to be the 200, because this is stock, and we need to mark the stock, not the summation.
Okay.
So for that purpose, we use non-summarizable key figures, non-cumulative key figures for the inventory, for stocks and all. You can see there is a document. Once the document is posted, it will be coming through MC, MC. It means communication structure to the extract structure, and through extract structure, it will go to the data sources and info queue. So there are naming conventions in SAP. So standard data source has a specific naming convention. You can see for FI data sources we have 0. So this one we knew FI data sources. So what it will indicate, 0 FI means it is a standard data source from FI module, and AA means from the it will be further categorized into the 0 FI means it is from the finance.
Okay.
And EAA means it is from the sub-module of finance, asset accounting. And then it will 001 represents the data source name. So this is for the standard. And then for LO cockpit there is another way. For example, for LO cockpits we see, we start with the 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I will explain about the sales to LIS 11 VA HDR, and there will be 2 LIS 11. Like this, this is the naming convention of the data sources for sales, normally in LO. So
Mm-hmm.
you can see that we have a separate naming convention. So you can, in this, 2 is the symbol for the logistic. All data sources that belongs to the logistics are starting with the 2. In this, you can see all of these data sources,
Mm-hmm.
all data sources related to these modules start with 2. So when you expand, you can see 2L as underscore 02. Expand inventory, 2L as underscore 03. Just like that, expand sales, 2L as 11 VA HDR, VA item, VA schedule line, etc. 2L as 2L as 40 retail. Like that, everything will be starting with the 2 for the logistics. LI stands for LO, information systems, logistic information systems. and 11 is the application number, and VA it further specifies that the data source is a sales, etc. So HDR means header. So there are three types like HDR, item, header, item, schedule line. For the header data sources, the HDR, item data sources, and schedule line data sources. So I have given few application numbers, sample application numbers for the LO. You can see this. So as now you can know that two we represent it for the so here in two is application number, and LI is logistic information system. And 11 is the application number. 2 is for the logistics application. 2 represents logistics. It is the number for the logistics only. This is the application number. 11 is the application number within the logistics. VA, etc. It represents that it will be it represents the module.
Mhm.
Just like we have for the FI for the finance in logistics we have VA for the sales. And header item, this represents the further division, like it belongs, this data source belongs to the header data, and this data source belongs to the item level data. And this data source belongs to the schedule line data. Like this, it represents different modules. So this is the naming convention of the data source of business content. Well, let's see the document. So different types of updates are available. In LO, you will have V1, V2, V3 updates. So V1 update is a synchronized update. It means that when the document is posted, it will be posted to the both the setup tables as well as in the database tables at the same time. So that is the V1 update. And V2 update is an asynchronous update. It means when the sales order or when some document is posted into the system, It will be posted first to the setup tables and then to the database tables. It means it will be posted to the database tables first and then to the setup tables. That is asynchronous update. So let's see. V3 is the asynchronous update with the background. There are three types of updates. Whenever the document is posted, it will be posted to the database tables and the setup tables. It means, for example, the document is posted and it is related to the EKKO table. For example, it is related to the EKKO table. EKKO is the database table. So it will be posted to the database table, and there are setup tables for the LO extraction. There is a separate mechanism, right? There is MCEKKO, there which is a communication structure which is maintained for the setup tables. So it will be posted both to the database tables and the setup tables at the same time. And for the V2 update is the asynchronous update. This V1 update is a synchronous update. Synchronous spelling, I guess it is right. Okay. So V3 update is a asynchronous update with the background. So you can schedule it in the background. You cannot schedule this. You can schedule V3 update. So for that purpose, there is a job control, and you have schedule jobs. You can see this one here in schedule jobs. You will get that background functionality. You can schedule the jobs here. just like it is the same background. uh, it works for all the, I mean, even in info package you will see the same background to,
Mhm.
I mean, same layout of scheduling jobs in SAP.
Okay.
So you can see what are the, either you schedule it hourly, daily, weekly. It depends on your, I mean, requirement. Or either you want to schedule it for some date or some time, you can do that. If you have some other job and if you want to give after job, you have to give the name of the job and you have to leave it. Then what will happen is, first of all, that job will complete and then this schedule will start after that. So in the same way, there is the after event and at the operation mode, etc. So for scheduling, it will be V3 update. And then you will have direct delta, cube delta.
Mhm.
So these are the different delta methods. We are going to discuss that as well. So here you can see LBWQ is a transaction for QRFC monitor. RFC7 is the transaction for BW delta Q. SM13 and SMQ1 is a transaction for extraction tables or update tables. So there are three types of delta methods. These are three types of updates. These are three types of delta methods. I mean, you don't. It is a bit confusing, but you don't have to be. They are two different things. In update, in direct delta, data is transferred to BW delta Q directly for each document posting, and for Q delta, the data is first transferred to the QRFC monitor, and then it will be transferred to the BW delta Q. It is good for higher volume of data and more frequent updates. For example, if you are extracting data for hourly or like that each 4 hours, etc., then it will be good to have a queued data. In non-serialized V3 update, the data is directly posted to the BW delta queue. But here the sequence is not guaranteed. It means the posted sequence. For example, functional consultant has posted the document 01, 02, 03. It can be arrived in 03, 01, 02, like that. Sequence is not guaranteed in unserialized V3 update. So you can see for direct delta, data will be posted directly to the RSS7. For Q delta, data will be posted to the LBWQ. It is a transaction for the QRFC monitor, and then the data will be posted. I mean, arrived data will be updated to the RSS7. For unserialized V3 update, the data will be posted to the SM13, and then this is the transaction SMQ1, SM13 or SMQ1. So these are the extraction tables or update tables. So this is where data will be posted and the sequence won't be guaranteed. So this belongs to here. So there is the allow mechanism. So what is there? There are three types of update methods.
Mm-hmm.
These three types of update methods are V1 update, V2 update, and V3 update. And there are three types of delta methods. Here you will have these three types of delta methods are there. So the name is normally it is like unserial V3 update is unserialized update. So bit confusing. When the document is posted, it will be directly posted to the. It will be directly found in the RSS7. For queue delta, when the document is posted, it will first be posted to LBW queue, and then it will be updated to the RSS7. It will be updated to the SM13 update tables for unserialized V3 update, because these are the, I mean, for that the sequence is not guaranteed.
Okay.
So COPA we will discuss later. Now we will install the data sources for allo extraction. We will take the BF and UM.
Mm-hmm.
That is enough. These two data sources we will install. For that we have to go to the installation here, and we will. Oh, I saw it here yesterday, right?
Okay.
BX, BF, and UM.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I thought. I haven't seen LBWE. Yesterday, I don't think I have shown you LBWQ, LBWE. So
Mm-hmm.
it is not available there. I guess I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay.
Whatever. Now we are going to load this. Activate these two data sources, and then after that we will do COPA, and genetic extractors are there, and then we are finished.
Okay.
So you can follow it, or do I?
And so,
Repeat anything.
yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine so far.
Okay. So here, business content transaction, you have to go to the info cubes, double click on the select options. Here we will check for the and you will get one hit here. We have okay, someone has transferred it. Let's see. I didn't find any data flow there though. Let's install it completely.
Okay.
In data flow before, gather independent objects. There is no master data loaded, so it will still give some errors.
Mm.
To get this. We're going to discuss all of this like for the functional module and all that.
Okay.
Generic extractors. Generic extractors like they are custom extractors. I mean we have to create it ourselves. And we haven't discussed the performance tuning
Mhm.
for the info queue. We will discuss performance tuning first tomorrow,
Okay.
and then I will discuss the generic. So we'll discuss. We will do the 7.0. There is 7.0 available for this.
Mhm.
So we will install 7.0. So matrix of copy. It means it will copy the delivered and the customer version, and then it will select which one to keep. Installing background. So this is the job.
Okay.
SM37 to see the jobs. Here it will take some time. I will see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow we'll discuss. We'll do this practical and then we'll discuss COPA as well.
Okay.
We'll try to, do the COPA.
Mm.
And first of all, we will try to generate the COPAs tomorrow, and then rest of the data flow we'll do that later. So once the COPA is also completed, we will do the generic data sources.
Okay.
Okay, then I will see you tomorrow.
Okay, Sam.
Same time.
Okay, thank you.